Hey crafty friends, this is Laura from Crafty Not Shifty, and as you can see from today's video title, I'm going to be testing a mini handheld full color printer. This is the emark, and you can use it on any printable surface with inkjet ink cartridges, and it is incredible. I saw this demoed at a craft fair recently, and I wanted to get my hands on it to give it a try to see if it was really as easy as it looks, and spoiler alert, it is. It's incredible. You just swipe this machine across a page and you can print out a full color image. So this is how it comes. I want to do a full unboxing and setup for you and show you how it works, and I'll have some additional videos coming in the future using this as well. So I was actually provided this as a sample to enable me to do this video, but all of the reviews and opinions and thoughts are my own. So you can see on the side there it's just marked as a sample. Once I'd managed to wiggle it out of that container, it took a little minute, you can see how well it is packaged. It's really nicely protected in all of this foam, and it comes in a couple different pieces, but it's simple enough to set up. You do of course get a set of instructions here, and I'll just briefly show these on screen. It's really easy, full colour instructions, and there's not an awful lot to it. Inside this bottom compartment here is the plug. Of course, I'm in the UK, so it's a UK plug, and an ink cartridge, and also a cable, so you can sync this up with a device if you don't want to do it wirelessly. So this is the main body. It comes with this little cover here just to kind of pretty it up, and it comes in black as well as the white version that I've got here. So I went ahead and took that off and then removed the power pack and the protective label. And then it took me a little minute to open this bottom section, but then I eventually got it. There's a little clasp that you have to push down and then it slides towards you. So I just closed that up, and then I'm just showing here. It is actually pretty simple once you figure out what you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to remove the protective film from the ink cartridge, and you can buy refills of this from the directly from the website. I believe it's specially formulated to work with the machine, and you just want to go ahead and snap that in place. So you'll notice a little bit further along in the video, I actually didn't have mine loaded correctly, but it was really easy to go ahead and remove and fix that. So I popped back in the battery piece, and then we have that little cover just to kind of make it all look really nice and pretty. There's an on-off switch at the bottom, so I've turned this on and then just sat the whole thing on the base with the charging cable plugged in, and you can see it has these little flashing lights. Now, I guess the red should have been a warning sign that something was wrong. I tried to troubleshoot this by turning it on and off a couple times, and then I got this green. So I pressed it down and swiped it across the page, and I was like, that's not great. I got some really patchy printing. And it tells you in the instructions that you should do your first print, which will give you all of the code and the information that you need to be able to hook this up wirelessly with your tablet or with your phone using an app. So I knew that I had to print something out. So I took the ink cartridge out and popped it back into place, and I did actually feel it kind of snapped into place a little better this second time. So I was like, oh, okay, I think I've got it at this point. So I switched it on, I had the green flashing lights, so then I went ahead and swiped across the page, and honestly, my mind was completely blown. It is that easy. It's got these little roller balls on the underside that help kind of keep it in a straight line as you roll across, and it just prints so simply. So now I'm going to grab my iPad and move into the setup using the app. I'm just following the instructions that were provided in the box, and I downloaded the app. It's really easy to use. I've got a screen mark here of, or rather a screenshot video here of the setup. You go ahead and add in the code, and this will wirelessly link your tablet or your phone to your emark printer. And you can then save images on there, so you can use this wirelessly as well. It asks you to rename it here. I decided to call it the best little printer ever because I was already sold. And then you get this test image here. So you go ahead and send it to your emark, and it makes these little beepy noises and kind of lights up and flashes, so it lets you know when everything's ready to go. And again, just swipe across the page, and I covered so many sheets of paper with these images because I was having a great time just swiping across the page and seeing how easy it was. So you can see here there's a whole bunch of different images preset for you, or you can actually go ahead and create your own, and every single one of these is customizable as well. So some of them are narrow and wider, some of them run across a couple different lines, but I'm going to start off with this simple one here, which is handmade with love. And I'm just using my finger on the screen to move everything around and take a look through the different menus. It is so fully customizable. You can start completely from scratch. You can also import your own images, and you can add and edit your own text and change the colors. So what I was creating here was something that I think would be really good to actually put on the back of your cards. And I think that's where this printer comes in really handy. It's almost every kind of small stamp that you could ever need, but instead of having to ink it up and having it all one color or having to commit to one particular word or phrasing, you can just create an image over and over again within the app and send it to the printer or save it in the printer's memory, so you can just go ahead and swipe that onto anything that you can print on. So this one would be really great for the back of cards. And I decided to add a little heart here as well because I thought that looked really cute. So once I was finished with the editing and I had everything how I wanted it, I just saved the file with a name, and then I can go ahead and transfer it to my emark. You'll see that there are a couple different slots to have images saved. You can have, I believe, 4 images saved at any given time, and each of them is allocated a color, and whatever color is showing on the emark, so I've saved mine in the green spot, is the image that it's going to print. So you can go ahead and have 4 things saved on here at a time, and then if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can just tap on the emark to scroll between those different images and print out one of those 4. But of course, if you have got Wi-Fi, then you've got unlimited access to all the different images that you have, and you can just go ahead and transfer those across. So you can see it on here. I'm just showing again the app and how you can send it to your printer. So easy. And I'm going to go ahead and add a 2-line image here. So this was just to test the functionality of printing something that actually appears on 2 separate lines rather than just one, because I'd seen in the demo that you can swipe in one direction and then the machine does a little beep, and you can pull down and it will beep again to tell you when to stop, and then you actually swipe back in the opposite direction. So I'll show you what I mean here. So I have got the sound turned off for the voiceover, so you can't hear those beeps, but it's really great the way it beeps to tell you what's happening. So here I wanted to test if I could actually join together those 2 different images. So I grabbed my logo here, this is just my Crafty Not Shifty logo, and I split it across 2 lines, and I wanted to test whether or not I could print that as like a seamless image. So I saved that file and sent it across to my little printer, and then I tried to work really slowly here to make the gap as small as possible between the 2 different versions of the image. But you'll see that you do get a gap, so it's kind of very representative of what you see on the screen. So then I went through and I wanted to test what is the largest text that I can print on one line, and you can see that here against this A4 paper, and I'll have some still shots of this towards the end as well. And then I created another image which is the largest text on 2 lines, and then I did the same thing again for the largest text on 3 lines, just so I could get a feel for how that works. So I had so much fun playing with this. This is just a super quick intro to the emark, and I'm definitely going to go ahead and do a couple extra videos showing various different uses for what I think this could be used for. I think it's really great to be able to add personalization and to have an unlimited amount of stamped images that you can just transfer to your printer and put onto your project or your work surface, as long as it fits within that maximum print size. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know in the comments. If you've got ideas of what you would use the emark for, I would love to hear your ideas and maybe I'll incorporate them into the next video. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and tap on the subscribe button on screen right now, and you can tap the bell to be notified when I post a new video. That is all from me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.